So we're heading to Mamou today. Hey guys, can you pronounce this road? I bet the GPS can't.
It kind of just did whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a Adas Blue Road. No, no, that's not right. Pulling into Mamou. We're in one of the little neighborhoods. Yep. I spent a good bit of time around Mamou when I was younger. Just kind of goofing off and getting in trouble with my buddies. Oh yeah, look, the big PVC cross up there. It's PVC pipe. That's all it is. The old demolished
Glamour shack.
Yep. I've actually got a video about that. I'll link to it in the description. Hey look, it's this sign that nobody reads. Do not ring the doorbell. Yeah, they still do. Surprise, Michael! What's going on, dude? Sleeping. Yeah. Hey, buddy. What's going on, buddy? Hey, is that Fry?
Yep.
Fry! Yeah, that's right, he's a cat, so fuck me, right?
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, I'm a cat.
Oh, look, it's Disney Cat.
Yes.
Disney Cat, she's like a little Disney fairy princess. She's so pretty. What you doing? Her name is Meeseeks, but everybody just calls her Disney Cat because she looks like a fucking Disney animation. Who's cute?
The quietest meows.
I like when she gets in the window.
Who, her?
Yeah, her, when she gets in the window and lays down.
Stretches all the way up here, yeah.
Yeah, shows off her belly. My brother here has a awesome collection of geeky shit all over the place. Let's kind of walk around and take a look at it in a bit. Oh, I love this one from Fallout, Blast Radius. Fun for the whole family. So I'm riding around Mamou with my buddy here. We've been friends since what, 96?
Roughly, yes.
Yeah, 96. We met in English class, sitting in the back of the class, just being dumbasses. Essentially being Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're just outside of Mamou right now. We're coming up to a building that used to be a pretty seedy nightclub. It was called The Holiday. And we're going to kind of pull up on the side of it. This place used to light up at night. I mean, it was all kinds of, yeah, it was all kind of bright colored lights. They had black lights and stuff inside. I remember going in there when I was too young, and some older ladies trying to buy me drinks. I'm sure you went in there a few times, huh?
Oh, yeah, I've checked it out a few times. It had a really cool dance floor, like something out of a disco. Where the arrow used to be a really big billboard with Edwin Edwards on top, because he used to frequent here. And it would light up, and when I was a kid I would make my parents pass by at night. You can still see some of the lights on the white part of the building, but it used to be on top of the building.
Yeah.
And those lights would just light up.
I remember
from the highway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, towns, you know, over here, and I remember from that light at least being able to see these lights over here.
Pass by, I want to see the lights, and we'd always make a pass. This little road in front would cut back to the highway and just pass so I could see them, like Christmas lights. And I'm guessing that's like a little, used to be rooms there. I'm not sure. I've never been in that section, but the rest of it's just a bar.
Yeah.
And pool tables and like a nice dance floor that lit up like something from a disco.
Yeah, it was
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was some
Iconic.
synonymous. Yeah, it was very iconic to Mamou.
Many years
One of the
ago.
many bars.
Many years ago, I think it was a restaurant, and then it became like rooms. Up here is the old French casino, which was like a little bar at one time. It's been abandoned for years.
All right, let's get a shot of that.
Something with it. Please get on your side of the road.
It's Louisiana, and it's a day after a holiday. He's probably drunk already.
Yeah, this used to be an old nightclub, I believe. I've never been, but it was called the French Casino at one point.
Wow.
Long building, probably a dance hall with the size of the building, the way it's made. Look, it's even
Yeah, no,
grassed off.
I didn't even know about this one.
The driveway is, I can't really pull in there. It's muddy.
Yeah.
Building's still here. Out of town little neighborhood I've never really passed through. Old look houses for the abandoned page. It's really cool.
Yeah, we share photos to, was it Abandoned Louisiana
Yeah,
Facebook
take a
page
shot of it.
sometimes.
This one looks abandoned. I guess you could say, yeah, the house is ransacked. Cars destroyed. Okay. Again, look at this old house.
Yeah, we're missing some windows here.
God. Look at this house, too. Have the roof. Okay, it's just an abandoned little properties. Nobody really bothered to fix up.
It's got a nice little spot out here if people wanted to fix them up. Because, yeah, it's across the highway from town, so nice and quiet. A little shack back here. A little cabane.
I'm not gonna pull it into anybody.
May look, that's a little cabane, and that's all my stuff right there. That's my junk pile. Don't touch that, no.
This is the kind of place you pull in. Somebody's like, "Is someone in here?" You know, quiet little neighborhood. But no, nobody's at your house.
Yeah, they should definitely fix some of this up, replace it or something. I mean,
Yeah.
being across the highway would be nice. Yep, coming into town, you can see the water tower. We're just kind of circling back at the moment. We're gonna stop up there by the little official, I guess it's a greeting sign or whatever, with
Yes.
the three little pigs.
This is just all rice and crawfish fields around us. That's all this place really is, rice and crawfish.
So any idea how long that's been there or what it means?
Quite sure the history as far as how long it's been here, but it's pretty iconic. It's been here for a very long time. When I was a kid, I remember seeing the pigs.
Yeah, I remember.
Pigs.
As long as I
Playing music, the triangle, the accordion, and the fiddle.
As long as I remember coming to Mamou, I remember it.
And for the past few years, past 10 years, I'd say, they've been getting stolen. People would come in and think they cool to steal the pigs, and the town would put up new ones. And give it a month, they were gone again, and it was a mystery. And they started watching, and they finally made them, and I guess people stopped caring. But it's an old little pump house for gas here in town, the old gas pump. And if you look, they just made it look like a little cottage with the little faux fireplace. You can even hear the gas running through the meter.
Yeah.
And it's just something to introduce the town
Yeah.
when you drove up.
Want to take a ride down Main Street?
Yeah, we'll go down Main Street. Coming up here is an old cotton gin. Behind it was an old rice mill. This is an old cotton gin, and this little building used to be where the train would pull up.
I didn't realize there was a railroad that used to go through here.
Yes, see the hump right here? I don't know if you
Cajun music capital of the world. Every little town in Louisiana
has something.
Yep.
This little building used to be for people waiting and to unload, I think, cotton and necessities and stuff off the train. If you look here, the little hump coming up in the road used to be a railroad track many years ago because it came from Eunice. There's a bridge near Eunice where you cross with an old defunct railroad track. The track's not there anymore, of course, but it would come through right here and cut across this. Well, that's why it's still high, because it goes across town with railroad station to bring in goods and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the old houses here in town, we may pass by one in a minute that used to be a conductor's house for the railroad, and you can see why, because it was high off the ground. These are just old buildings. Our fire department, little library here, very small.
Yeah, the library in Scott was about the same size until they finally built the new one.
Yeah, fire department's well kept. I know several people that work for them. Pretty good fire department, pretty responsive. Old houses, we're known for that. A lot of abandoned houses. don't really do much because there's no funding to tear them down.
Yeah.
It costs to tear stuff like that down. Yeah, little health unit. I don't even know if it's in operation. Playground that's surprisingly still actually upkept. Okay. I know there was a little
really
ransacked a while back, but they did some upkeep to it, which is nice. Look at this old house with no windows.
Oh wow. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the window.
Yeah, it's seen better days.
Yeah, I know this house. A friend of mine's grandmother lived here. We used to have gumbos when I was back, I don't know, 1998 or so.
Mm-hmm.
There's gumbos at the little house here.
Yeah, I do remember when there was rice dryers up here.
Yeah, this used to be rice dryers. I think that was recently torn down.
Yeah.
There's a new one, not a new one, but another one across town. I think that's old and abandoned. Little Cajun houses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this town was. Retirees, Cajun houses, people that worked in the oil industry around here, worked at the bars, owned and operated some of the bars here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a wholesale building. They sell a lot of cookware and they ship it out as well. So in other places in Louisiana, if you happen to see Cajun classic cookware, that's where it comes from. They sell their spoons,
Really?
pots. Yes.
Okay. I've heard of it. I didn't realize that's where it came from.
Right here, I believe, is where it all comes from, or gets shipped to them. But they dispense a lot of it. They ship out to stores and stuff. Yeah, right here was the rice dryer. You see the old lot? That's one of them that was torn down. There's another one across town.
Yeah, I always remember seeing it as I'd come into town.
This is all seafood operated, family operated seafood places where they have fresh seafood, some of it live actually. If you want to buy live turtle, live crawfish, or clean, they have all that here. Drive through. Started small little buildings and they've expanded a few of them. This right here used to be a body shop right behind me. We're fixing to turn so you can see it. Sorry, we're just driving around watching traffic. This was an old body shop one time. Smile, have a good day. This, I don't know what it's now, but it used to be a little appliance store slash mechanic shop. The old man that owned it was a good friend of my family's, my mom's, that ran that. There was no new building behind it, but he used to have his own little personal mechanic shop here. Yeah, that's it for here. We're going up to what is Cajun Grocery. It's an old store. Used to actually have groceries as far as fresh meats and stuff in it, but now it's just a little rundown store that they keep going. The owner has it as far as drinks and gas, I believe. Yes, gas station. Still in operation. A lot of people stop here, get their lottery tickets and beer.
Bit more of a,
it, you see.
Bit more of a bodega than a regular store.
More so, a little hangout. Cajun clerks. A friend of mine lives here with his high fence. It's really cool. Private yard. Our friends live in this area. Old houses. Used to be a seafood restaurant here. Not a restaurant, I'm sorry, where they process seafood. Family owned, shut down since. This right here is an old cemetery. I have family that's in there. And an old crypt here, mini mausoleum.
Want to turn in?
Yeah, we can turn in. That's really interesting. I used to be kind of fascinated with stuff like that, like just the look of it, you know, the style. Wow, it's just something the family did. It was different. I think it's a family owned.
Yeah, I'm gonna get down and get a shot.
Yeah, we'll get a shot here in a second. We're gonna pull through. And there's a parking spot up here where we don't have to get off in the street. There's a driveway if you look. Like some places around here are just little gravel road cemeteries. This is kind of like a driveway, drive through. It's muddy, so I'm not going to pull all the way in and get bogged here and stuck. But a lot of local.
Well, you know, a lot of people from out of state are always surprised about the above ground.
Yes, because it stays so wet down here. It's always raining. As you see, there's water in the driveway, but the ground stays so saturated that everything just sinks.
Yeah,
roads included, everything sinks.
Yeah, if you try putting coffins underground here, they're gonna pop up during floods.
So they put them in cement and or above ground for the most part. If there's to make room, there's actually 2 to 3, occupants per.
Yeah, exactly. And you can tell this is probably looks like a 2-person one right here.
Yeah, there's several of them like that, and it's on the stones. There's
Yeah.
2 people.
Let's get down and take a look.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're looking at the standing water right here.
That's one reason why a lot of this is, even the old ones were in the ground deep, but still cemented, because a lot of them are sinking, as you see here.
Yeah.
And that's not just this cemetery, of course. A lot of them I know around the area are just
Ville-Platte, which
sinking.
we'll
Look at
definitely
this.
have to hit up Ville-Platte one day. Ville-Platte is where we met.
Yeah.
It's
It'd be a
a
shame.
little bit bigger town, not too far from here. And you talk about they have a crazy large cemetery. It's very, very old.
You would think, I guess there's no family left, but you would think that they'd put something into, remodeling these, resurfacing them, making them look nice.
From the 70s, and I mean, yeah, look, it's already starting to sink in one corner.
Yeah.
This is the sound of Louisiana.
Squish, squish, yeah. Pretty much all times.
Yeah.
I like the look of this one here. Nice brickwork. Needs a bit of washing. This is the old St. Anne Cemetery in town. Been here for the turn of the century. There is a new one on town which we will pass. That's on new land. Everything's well kept and more maintained over there. It's right outside of town limits, so we'll pass over there shortly.
Random cemetery dog. Hello.
Want a bone?
Hi, cemetery dog. So you were saying that this thing had stuff growing on it even when you were a kid,
When
huh?
I was a kid, even 30 years ago, I always passed and I was wondering why there was always grass on top. Used to look, again, more maintained and green grass on top. This is winter and it does need a pressure washing. I'm not sure the family, it's the Fontenot's that it chose. I've never inquired as to who or known anyone here. Newman and Emily Fontenot's family.
I mean, this was not cheap to construct. So whoever it was, they had some money.
11 o'clock, I don't know what that means. 1961, there's the date on it.
Huh.
It's always been, again, locked up. There's vaults in there.
I was noticing in other people's YouTube videos that when they come here, especially from out of state, they have no idea how in the hell to pronounce the town's name.
Mamou.
Yeah, I know it's really not hard, is it?
You get Mamou a lot from many people. Oh, I was told to go to Mamou. Maui. It comes from a lot of people.
I've heard Mamou. I've heard Mamou. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not difficult. I think most people are like English types, and their mouths don't make French sounds, you know.
Just like we have a very small town, even smaller than this next town over. Abandoned house. This is a doctor's house, I believe. It was very nice, constructed. I like the design. But we have one town over. Chateauneuf is the pronunciation of it, but a lot of people will call it Chateauneuf.
Chateauneuf,
because of the way
Chateauneuf.
Chateauneuf.
It's like no. If you want to say it like a local, it made as Chateauneuf. Chateauneuf.
Yeah.
You got to get really accent that Chateauneuf. Oh, we got a rubble pile over here, huh?
Rubble pile, an old house that actually got torn down. This used to be a little bit of a bigger store, I think. It was longer, and then part of it was torn down, and this is kept. I don't know exactly what it used to be. Let me pull over. I got traffic coming. I want to say the house that it was or was next to, I just remember when I was a kid, also, my grandparents lived here and there. I had a few relatives here in town. We lived right there or near it, and it was a little store at one point, way back in the 70s. We'll actually pass shortly at an old trading post was my grandparents' store.
Why do I remember sitting on the tailgate of a truck in front of this place?
Because there used to be a house here.
Drinking Mad Dog 2020 with you and Big Shane and a few others.
Because right there used to be a house when I was a teenager, and I had a friend that lived there. And we go hang out. Like next to it, this abandoned lot was a house.
Okay, yeah, I thought I remembered hanging out in front of that thing when we were teenagers,
and people would park right here and just hang out, talk, drink. Back in the 90s, you know, nobody was on their phone back then. We just hang out and talk, which was nice.
Hey,
so that's why we remember it so well, because we actually sat and talked about it. We didn't just drone away, you know. But yeah, that's landmark that's still standing that maybe they'll do something with one day.
As you can tell, we're both getting a little
shaggy.
A little salty there. Damn kids on your phones all the time. All right, want to continue down Main Street?
I'll explain a little bit here.
I'm pretty sure this is a daiquiri shop.
It is now a daiquiri shop. Was a bar before, and that closed, but it's been a daiquiri shop for several years. It's a newer building. This empty lot right here was a very old, called Family Video. It was a video store / little old-time furniture shop, and they sold trinkets.
I remember I definitely remember the video store. We used to go over there every weekend and rent some stuff.
This was the Hotel Cajun. Still the Hotel Cajun, just renovated. It used to be a white building with black trim and canopies off of it. If you look it up, Google, I believe, there is actually pictures still of the original Hotel Cajun. It's still in function. They've renovated rooms. All this around you is bars. Judy's Nightcap, 6th Street Tavern, the Fiesta Lounge, Ted's Lounge, little restaurants. And this right here is the notorious Fred's Lounge on the very end. This is a very famous. It's been open many years. Known for the hot spot of Mardi Gras. Cajun music, family-owned Cajun music place. Little hole in the wall.
Yeah, it's not fancy at all, but it's definitely
a little dance floor. Again, you have air conditioners.
It's definitely famous.
You got old-time air conditioners.
What's the deal with this place over here?
I believe it's still apartments. It used to be a hotel, if I'm not mistaken, or a little stay like that. But now it's just little old-time apartments that people rent. I'm not really sure. I never come this way.
So this place across the street, I see that it's called Frenchie's now, but that sure as hell wasn't Frenchie's back in the day. What was it? What did it used to be called?
Carl's.
Carl's. Yeah.
It may have been something way before that, before my time, but Carl's, we used to go there and have good burgers.
Well, I remember a whole gang of us shuffling down Main Street
after a night of hangover.
Yeah, 10 in the morning, very hungover. You know, the hangover sweats.
Yeah.
And coming in here and
delicious,
eating like
greasy burgers and fries.
Yeah, really, really greasy, heavy stuff, and then going back and kind of passing out again.
Yeah. And it became Frenchie's, I'm not sure, 15 years ago or so, and then closed. The owner moved, and nothing ever became of it. Just like everything else here, it either gets renovated or transferred into something else, or just nothing. Just nothing becomes of it. But yeah, this is Fred's.
But at least, you know, Mamou still has a bunch of bars.
Bunch of bars. That's one thing we're known for, because again, Mardi Gras.
But Ville Platte, you know, was known for having 30 bars up and down Main Street. They don't even have that anymore.
And here, we're guaranteed to have bars. I'm surprised every building that opens. Is that another bar? Usually it is. Down here it's renamed. Your iconic bars like Fred's here pretty much stays. It's not going to change because that's still family owned. Since 1912. I believe. Of just people dancing. The crowd here is unbelievable. It's just a little room, air conditioners, a little bar, little supports holding the roof up to the old-time building. You go in there and it's jam-packed on certain days of the week. Weekends, usually the first weekend of every month, there's usually a biker run here, and just people come from all over to check it out and dance, have beer, listen to Cajun music, accordions, locals still play. Radio stations even stream this place. And you can catch it a lot by some of the locals.
This looks a little newer, maybe?
Yes.
La Cabane?
There was an old building here years ago that burnt down, and it was just an empty lot. And I guess in this little stretch of town, this block here, again, since it's iconic for its bars and whatnot here, they decided to do something with it and make it a pocket park. And I think you can go sit under the tables. You can even rent it for events. And the fountain's not going. Sometimes they have the fountain going.
Let's go walk across the street and take a look at it.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, some of the stuff in downtown kind of looks improved from when we were teenagers.
A little bit, yeah. They try to keep the main part of town where it gets seen a lot.
I like the greasy Pete's, huh?
Oh yeah, never been. The new little restaurant that opened up a few months ago. They serve a lot of seafood stuff and burgers. I just haven't been yet.
You can definitely tell this architecture has been here for a while. Yeah, and you talk about getting buck wild from Mardi Gras.
Right here, it's usually very packed, elbow to elbow.
I don't think, people think they're like, oh, New Orleans. No, you have not experienced
Mardi Gras
unless you've been to Mamou, because New Orleans is a big city.
Yeah.
As you can see, Mamou,
Not very
so it
big.
basically starts here, and I was gonna say it goes a few blocks down, and
Close off the roads here, and there's right at the light. There's actually a live band stage of Cajun music that plays all weekend long. And
I mean, from my recollection, at least in the late '90s, which I think was the last time I came to a Mardi Gras here. I mean, it's basically shoulder to shoulder for like the half mile or third of a mile or whatever Main Street is.
yeah,
I mean, it takes you an hour and a half to just to walk down there because it's shoulder to shoulder. You're stepping on beer cans and beer cartons.
and all this right here is like
A lot of
food.
fights break out.
Yeah, a lot of fights down that way. The bars, people stumbling, all the bars are just open for people to walk in and out of, stand here and congregate, listen to music right here. They usually sell hot food across the street here. And the day after Mardi Gras, littered with beer cans and beads, and the smell of beer.
Smell of beer, old crawfish heads in the dumpsters.
Yeah, this is the Hotel Cajun. Still in operation, just a little renovated, a little different, a little more modern.